Hey, welcome everybody to this new video. In this new video of the OneBandMan series, we're going to see the power battery rig. Oh, system, the power rig battery system. Oh, I have something to say. This is the last video of the OneBandMan series. I'm not that sad, but the thing is, the OneBandMan series has not finished yet, because I still have some extras videos to do that it's on the list of videos that you can see around here, what it is on the screen. So it's not all in yet. If you don't know what this series is about, is how I made this instrument. You can see here the list of videos if you want to check something. I remember you that this is not a series of how I made, how to build, how to do this, how to do that. No. This is just a series explaining how I did all my shit, because I have nothing to do, because this is what school does to kids. They made us crazy. In this video, we are going to see how I did power everything that was not battery powered. I don't know if you know what I mean, but for example, this is just a very simple example. You know these really big computers or PC computers, this doesn't use battery, but a laptop does use a battery. So I'm just going to explain you how to power battery PC or a big computer. Just as an example, of course, of what we're going to do in this video. Right now, my setup is fully battery powered. This means that I don't need any external battery things. But as I said, this is a video of how I made this in the past. If you have any questions, I don't care. I'm joking, just let me know in the comments. I will try to answer you and help you if you have any issues. I don't have any mental issue, I promise. So I will talk about these things that I have here. The battery power mixer, trying to power pedals, like guitar pedals, synthesizers, trying to power up a speaker, trying to power a conventional wireless system. And that's it, because I put again the battery powered speaker. I don't know why. I have my little script down here, so I can't remember everything. So this video is just an idea if you really need to power some stuff, so you get the idea of how to do it. Of course, I never had any problems because I am perfect and I did all amazingly good and I never broke anything. But that's not what we are here for. I'm just going to tell you how to do the things in the correct way. Okay, let's go to the basics. So the first thing that I need to power up was a mixer, audio mixer. So here is the thing. When I started, I had this Yamaha AG06 audio interface mixer. This mixer uses USB power, so I just connect this thing. Woo! I connect this. This is a power battery. So this has these USBs to out, and also this new model has USB-C ports. So I just connect my Yamaha AG06 mixer audio interface to here, and I had a power mixer. Woo! Battery power mixer. Hey! So the thing is that when I needed to change this mixer because it was not enough, and I changed it to a Behringer 1002B mixer that I told already about this mixer. This is a battery powered mixer. But I have an issue with it. It is that the batteries are down, and I need, every time if I want to change the batteries, I need to remove the mixer, and I was not going to disconnect everything because the faders, the volumes will change, and it was not. So, but you know, I built an external battery power bank. Yes, I did. And I did it using two of the three compartments that it had, because two of the compartments were for the mixer and the third was for the phantom power. Here is the thing, I don't know why when I did this power bank the phantom power worked without the third compartment, so woo, woo, woo. And I really like that. But the thing here it is that I built this power bank and I'm going to explain how I made it. This power bank uses 4 lithium batteries. These lithium batteries are 18650 batteries, are 3.7 volts. Probably they are 2000 milliamperes. I literally broke. I used my grandmother's computer and I broke the battery to use the batteries. I'm sorry, grandmother. But then I bought a battery for the computer of my grandmother. Whatever. Yes, my grandmother has a computer. She's really smart. She used Facebook. But the thing is that the mixer was fixed in place with zip ties. And I made this power bank just to put it outside when I had access to it. And as I said, I only powered 2 compartments, the first and the second one, which was for the mixer, and I used, as I said, 2 batteries for each compartment. So 2 batteries for the first mixer slot and other 2 for the second mixer slot. There's something that I did really bad when I did this, is that I never used a BMS circuit board. What is a BMS? It's a circuit protection board for the lithium batteries. It prevents the batteries to explode, to overcharge, and to over discharge. I never used it. I promise I was using the charge the batteries just looking at the voltage meter. Please don't do that. Don't do that. That is really, really, really dangerous. Always use a BMS circuit protection board for your lithium batteries. Because as I said, they are really dangerous and I'm not joking about it. Voice over! 2 of the batteries are connected in series. So we have an average voltage of 7.4 and also 16 watt-hour approximately. Lithium batteries and batteries itself, they discharge, and when they do so, the voltage and amps go lower and lower and lower. That phenomenon it's called SOC, voltage discharge curve. But remember, the mixer needs 9 volts and 7.4 is a little bit lower, so I use a booster or a step-up voltage converter DC or DC to DC. But please don't confuse it with a step-down converter which I did on the first time. The battery life expectancy that I had with this, it was almost 15 hours, so I never got more than that because I never test more. So you get the idea. Oh. If you ask me also about how I made this, I mean, was just in a small wood piece box that I made. As I said, 4 batteries, 2 for each compartment, and 2 circuit boosters for each compartment. And you never use the 100% of the battery itself, just the 80% some of the times. And then remember that when the battery gets old, it gets worse. I want to say something more. After the time I stopped using this power bank that I made for the mixer, I still have it on my parents' house. I don't have it here. But I stopped using this because when I removed the mixer, that's what I told on the last video of the version 3. At this point, the setup itself started to feel quite heavy, and I didn't understand why I was putting so many microphones and the mixer and cables, so I just removed all of them, and I quit almost 4 kilos. So I built this small mixer. Yes, that video. And then the thing is that I use this mixer sometimes, but when I use him sometimes, I just use the 9 volts alkaline batteries that I have because I have a lot of them, quite a lot, but whatever. I have like 30 or 40 of them that I bought because I thought I was cool, but I never use them. Also, that power bank that I made does not work anymore, I think. Too much times I just don't use it, but whatever. Ooh, the camera is overheating! I also tried to power different stuff. I use this vocoders Bose BE5, and this Bose BE5 you need to turn it around to open the thing and put the batteries inside. And you know, we are productive people, so we don't do that. This Bose BE5 has a input power jack connector. So my mind decided that it was smart if I bought this little box on AliExpress and I connect a cable to a jack connector. So I put this little box outside of the Boss BE5, I don't know, in the back of the backpack, and I was able to remove the batteries without turning around the Boss BE5, removing it from there. And I thought it was a really cool idea. And I don't know why I stopped doing that. I think because I wanted to remove weight since it was more cables, more blah blah blah, and I don't know. Yes, I also did another one for the Casio keyboard, so it's 3 of these. It also worked and really good. I stopped having space on the backpack itself, so I just removed all of this because I didn't have enough space. It's just that. And also there are power banks that you can buy. I mean, they are obviously more expensive since they are lithium batteries, but I don't care. I just prefer to use these 4 AA batteries like old school I am. So when I removed this mixer because it started to be quite heavy, I made this small mixer and I made it with a candy box. This mixer has 3 channels and 3 inputs, and I was going to say 4 jacks, and because it had 4 jacks to connect, and so 3 inputs and 1 output. This is a passive mixer. This means that it uses no power. The issue that I had with this mixer is that now it's not working properly. I don't know why. It worked for 2 years, 3 years good, and now it's not. I don't know why. Probably I just need to remake again the mixer. And you ask probably, and how did you make your instruments wirelessly? Well, I used this wireless system that it was a cheap wireless system, a guitar wireless system, a Harley Benton 2.4 gigahertz wireless system. The thing is that with the time it broke because it was plastic, and also the transmitter battery started to not work really good. And it inflated at the point that it just stopped working. And when I mean it was not working is that it lasted for 4 hours and then it started to last for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and then it was just not even working. And I need to use a power bank to power the wireless instead. So I don't recommend to buy this. I mean, it worked, but I don't recommend it. So I changed to a wireless system, Sennheiser, German quality. And this is really nice because it's really good made. The only thing is that you should buy a good working frequency, not like I did, because I use 800,000 megahertz. That's not good. You need to buy 470,000 megahertz from that range to more, but never the 800 frequency. Never. But I mean with the frequencies that it's illegal to use them. I mean, police is not going to go to your house and say, "Arr!" But it's just by the phone frequency, so it's not recommended. It can give you problems. Sometimes it did for me, but that's I just don't recommend it. Now, let's talk about the speaker, because we mostly talk about everything. Here it comes the way that you can power anything that you want. So I was really obsessed about the sound, and I still am. I choose different models of different speakers, and my ideal model was this HK Audio 600 FX speaker, and this speaker sounds like, sounds incredible. It sounds so powerful, so bassy, so loud. It's wow. The only thing that I don't like from this is that you need to remove the satellites that it has, And to be able to use the full power of the satellites, you need to use by cable and not with a connector that it had. But this was kind of fragile because you need to, I mean, it can broke. If somebody hit the satellites, can broke. So I was like, no. And I just prefer to move to other speaker. But when I mean how we can power this thing, well, you could use a car battery, lead acid car battery. I do not recommend using a car battery because first of all, it's really heavy. Second of all, car batteries are not made to hold charge. They are made to blast a whole amps in a short time. So I do not recommend it. And also you need an inverter. And a charger, of course. Well, I will start with the batteries. There are a lot of kind of batteries. Each of them have different applications, but they all do the same thing. So, but I will tell now what is the best and what it's not, and what I feel it can work and what I feel it's dangerous or good or whatever. About the batteries, I'm not going to get in this because I can make another video about this. It's too long. There are a lot of type of batteries. There are AGM, gel, fluid, deep cycle, lead acid, Leon, lipo. Of course, the best result that you will have on this thing that I'm showing you is the lipo, since you can use the 80% of the battery. But using lipo, you need to be aware that you need to have a smart charger and to be a little bit careful. Now for me, I will use AGM or fluid deep cycle batteries since they are the best for this kind of things. Now let's go how I convert 12 volts to 220 volts or whatever you need just an inverter. Of course, you need to find a pure sine inverter and not any different of that because it can ruin your equipment. First, when I started, I used a normal non-pure sine inverter because it was cheaper. It was like 20 bucks and 20 euros, and the pure sine was really expensive, like 300 euros, but fortunately I found a cheap one in second-hand store for 80 or 100 bucks euros. Also, if you want to recharge your battery, because if you're going to discharge it, you need to charge it, you can use just a normal car battery charger. Of course, there are really cool ones that they say how much is left and whatever, blah 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 blah. And they also that some of them you can just plug them in and they will adapt and they will know if it's gel, lithium, AGM. I will put some diagrams on the screen so you can a little bit know how to calculate your autonomy of batteries. I will explain just a bit how it works. Remember that the exact amount of hours it's not really accurate because, as I said, when the inverter converts the energy, it's not 100% optimistic, let's say. It's not accurate. Probably it will waste some energy converting. You can see that on the inverter manual. I mean, it's not always accurate, but you know what I mean. You can do the math. And also, if you need to use any kind of pedal, synthesizers, blah 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 blah, you can just connect it into the inverter and use it as a battery powered thing. The conclusion: if you really want to have a high-end audio setup and if you want to have high-end audio things, you will need a battery and inverter. If you want to keep it things simple and things small, you can use a battery powered stuff, or as I said, made your own power banks. For me, I with the time I just learned to work with simple stuff and easier to work because sometimes you just need things that you just plug and play and that's it. And probably in the future, if I decide that this should be more professional way, I hope it's not because I want to do other professional stuff, I will decide it and I will work more on things. Of course, I already know and I already have planned how to make things professional because I already did in the past. So it's just things that I need to do. But yeah, that's the thing. Keep it simple if you want simple stuff. If you want to go hard and cool, just the battery gel or lithium or whatever you want to do. I hope you like the video. I really hope you do. If you don't, I don't care. I didn't like it. Always when I editing the video, I never like the things that I do. But if you like the video, comment the video and say you're an asshole. And there's a link on Patreon, PayPal, if you want to support me as an artist, as a nerd, or whatever you want to call me. If you want me to keep doing this shit that I do, please do it so I can pay the rent, buy food, and do music. That's the second part, of course. First, I need to eat. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much, and kisses from the heart. If you notice that I've been more energetic this video compared to the other ones, it's because this is how I am all the time, and I've been scared to show who I really am, but now I'm not. Because as I said, I don't know what I'm gonna say, but do it or lose it. So I prefer to do it, and whatever.